back to Frankenhorn. Today's going to be a short one because I kind of did some of the experimentation on my own. First off, I got a $5 uke. Had this for a while. Finally, finagled. I had to. They had like wound one string through all 4 holes, so I had to cut those and try to tie them on. It was a real pain. The tuners are crap. So this low. So what is supposed to be a high string, this string here, I could not get it to the high G, so I had to tune it down to the low G, but it actually works. For $5, that's pretty damn awesome. Next up is so this is a recent thing that I made. So it's an Alto recorder with a baritone sax mouthpiece. And it had just this first coupler, and it was in the key of D, but I forgot I must have been, anyway, the second coupler was up there on the shelf, meaning that I needed to keep it with it, right? But I think it was with a different, I'm not sure what was going on. So anyway, I ended up putting these 2 couplers on, and it's up in the key of C. So I now have a low reed recorder in C. This is pretty awesome. Great tone on that low note. Yeah. This next one is pretty awesome. If you saw the latest Frankenhorn video, you know that I was considering, I had tried to make, to add a slide to the tubaphone, the natural horn made out of 20 feet of vinyl tubing and a mouthpiece, right? And it didn't work. And I thought, well, what about a contrabass trombone or a sub-contrabass trombone? How do those work, right? Well, anyway, I just popped into the local pawn shop down the street, and they happen to have an affordable trombone. So I got a second trombone, had wild hair, and look what I made. Can you see this? 2 slides together. 2 slides connected by tubing, with more tubing to connect the mouthpiece. The trombone mouthpiece didn't work very well, so I put a trumpet mouthpiece on, and it actually works. At least I think it works. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe the slide does nothing. Maybe I went to all that trouble and the slide still doesn't work. But here's the thing. It does work as a natural horn. It has more range, I think, than, well, at least more upper range than the trombone normally has. And I'm curious how long this thing is. So I got out my tape measure, the flexible one that you use in like fabric and stuff. So the total length of this super tubaphone, or whatever you want to call it, 231 inches, which means it is 19¼ feet long, so almost as long as the tubaphone. That explains why it works exactly the same. It doesn't explain why the slide doesn't work. I'm not clear on that. Maybe it's just too long for the slide to make much difference at all. That's my guess, because, well, we could calculate it. The slide is 74¼ inches, and the other part of the trombone was 47.5, which means a regular trombone is 10.1 roughly inches, 10.1 feet long. So it's about half the length of a tubaphone. And why was I measuring that? Oh, okay, that's not what I was measuring. What I was measuring is if the slide is 47.5 inches and the total is 121.75 inches, it means the slide makes up over a third of the length, 0.39% of the overall length. So maybe that's why the slide works. Whereas here, it makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. It's 64% of the length of the whole thing. So why does the slide not work? I don't know. It's a mystery. It's a mystery to me. Maybe an actual trombone player could tell me. But okay. I guess that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and as always, stay silly. Well, let's do the calculation. I have the calculator up. I guess that's what we're doing today. I don't normally use calipers or calculators for Frankenhorns, but I guess today we are.